Are you ready?
Alright. I'm ready. I just hope that incantation Cloak number 1 gave us actually works.
Hope so too. I mean, nothing hurts in trying this a second time, right?
Well, be careful, because who knows what the consequences are for trying this without having all the keys.
Only one way to find out. Atum, take, atum,
Well, that didn't work.
Well, at least you tried.
Oh, crap.
What did you do?
I didn't do anything. I did the spell exactly as it was written down.
Well, that's just great. That moron was wrong in not having all the keys to get these off.
I just don't get why I made us switch bodies. It doesn't make any sense.
It does for what we're about to review for the next film.
What do you mean?
You'll find out in a moment, but how long are we stuck like this?
Well, in a Freaky Friday spell like this, usually about a day. Or 3. Maybe longer?
Anything besides that?
Or possibly until the review's over with. So maybe we should just get started, right, Khan?
Fine, but we better fix this once it's done.
Monsters, so bizarre. M-O-N-S-T-E-R. Monsters, yes we are. Monsters, so bizarre. M-O-N-S-T-E-R. Monsters, the party never dies. Monster high. Freaky, chic and fly. Monster high. We're student bodies, we got spirits, yes we do. We've got spirits, how about you? We've got spirits, yes we do. We've got spirits, how about you?
Alright, let's get on with it. Night.
Did you move again?
Yeah, about a month ago. Why are you...
Your new place is huge. What's through here?
My bedroom, probably. Why are you...
Oh, dear God.
Get out of my room. I was going to do laundry later today.
How do you even do this?
Oh, for the love of... Will you just get back in here?
Okay, I'm coming. All right, fine. So why did you say this all made sense?
Because the next movie is Freaky Fusion. Freaky Fusion was released on DVD on September 30th, 2014, again in conjunction with the doll line of the same name. We open on... Well, that was abrupt.
I'll save you, Frankie!
Nathan!
Wait, hold on. Who is that?
Hey! Look over here! Look over here! Look at this!
Wait, hang on. Ghost mermaid? What?
Looks like you two could use a lift.
Hang on, Frankie!
Wait, did we skip ahead in the movie? Who are they? What's going on?
Okay. I know what you're thinking. Who's that voltageously cute zombie unicorn guy? And could he be any more adorbs?
None of us were thinking how cute he was, Frankie. We want to know what the hell is going on.
This is a story about family. There are lots of different types of families, and they can sometimes be found in pretty unexpected places.
For example, when Christmas rolls around the corner, we can often find my Uncle Randy in a clothes dryer pretending to be a hamster after he's had a bit too much nog.
Your family's weird.
Let's tell the story from the beginning. Oh, right, the opening titles.
Oh God, they're getting meta again.
The story officially starts with Monster High celebrating their 200th bicentennial, with the ghouls performing a play about the history of the school. But before heading to class, they see some new transfer students.
They're hybrid monsters.
You mean they're like two different monsters in one?
Exactly. They each have more than one scaritage.
Two different monsters? Shouldn't they have to make up their minds?
Wow. Looks like Ramsey and Nephra rubbed off on Cleo more than we thought. Frankie gets the attention of one of the hybrid students, named Nathan, and the two start to crush on each other.
I'm Frankie. And now would be the part where you tell me your name.
I'm...
Nathan. His name is Nathan.
In Mr. Rotter's whatever the hell this is class, the students each present a report on their scaritage. We even get to learn a little bit more about Rebecca's father, Hezekiah Steam.
He was a brilliant mechanic, a revolutionary inventor, and a teacher here at Monster High.
I was well acquainted with Professor Steve.
Here we go again.
I was his favorite student.
My father had a workshop down in the catacombs where they say he invented something new every single day. And this belongs to my father. I don't really know what it is. Father went missing over 100 years ago, so I've kept this to remember him by.
Unfortunately, when it's Frankie's turn, she doesn't exactly wow the crowd.
My grandfather was Victor Frankenstein, and he built my dad, and that's all I know. Thank you.
That's it?
I think Grandpa went to Monster High.
Frankie Stein, I am most disappointed with this report. You are completely unprepared.
But my mom and dad won't tell me about
When I was a student here at Monster High, I was always prepared. Frankie Stein, you are to redo the assignment and present it again first thing tomorrow.
Oh, you stupid teacher! Look, if you just listened to her, you'd realize that her parents refused to tell her anything about their creator, and that you don't need to fail her because of that. And right now, all we know is that they won't talk about him because he was bad? Or maybe crazy. I mean, it could be either.
Family history starts with Ice Age. Fasten seatbelts. This could take a while.
At lunch, Frankie worries about not knowing anything about her history. When the hybrids pass by, she offers to let them join the group, but it doesn't go well.
Hey guys, wanna join us?
Yeah, that would be...
Unnecessary, because we've already got a table. Thanks.
I just want to say that I love that Rebecca's the only one here without food in front of her in this scene. It's a subtle reminder that she is, in fact, a robot. Sometimes things like that get forgotten in series like this. When Frankie mentions her grandfather attending Monster High, Rebecca states that her father kept a journal about everything while he was teaching there, meaning Hezekiah might have written about Frankie's grandfather in his journals. So the ghouls, with the tagline Horrorly, head down to the catacombs to search for the lab's location, as Rebecca doesn't quite remember where it is.
Hold on a second. 8, 9, 10. There's 10 characters here! And if you count the 4 hybrids we saw earlier, that's 14 characters we have to keep track of. And we're only 12 minutes into the movie.
Don't worry. The movie's about to help us pare down the numbers.
Move! Brace yourself, it's a bumpy ride.
Well, there's a new take on the Tower of Terror.
After wandering around the catacombs for a while, the ghouls finally find the door to Professor Steam's workshop.
Sorry, forgot. That leads to Ever After High.
Ever after what?
Nothing. Gulia manages to get the gizmo Rebecca was fiddling with to work, and Rebecca realizes access to the workshop is based on a clock system, and the gizmo tells the user when the door will lead into the workshop.
Okay, everybody spread out and look for that journal. But remember, don't touch anything.
Why is everyone looking at me?
Because you're you, Torelai. Rebecca finds the journal, and she and Frankie manage to find an entry on Frankie's grandfather.
Unfortunately, there's another side to Victor. A dangerous inner personality that recklessly disregards the spectacular mysteries of life in pursuit of his scientific ambitions. I fear this may be young Victor's undoing.
Wow. I wonder if that's why my parents don't talk about him.
It's either that, or his shocking collection of 19th century photos of bare ankles.
But, as we expected, Torelai fools around with one of the inventions, activating it, and sending the girls hurtling through a portal. To where?
1814? So that means Hezekiah Steam built a teleporter.
Yep. Time travel.
We cannot risk interactions with past events. Our presence here could change the entire course of monster history.
I guess Jennifer's a fan of Back to the Future.
Who isn't? Anyway, Goalie works out the workshop won't be open again for another hour. Which is good, because they've got another problem.
And we go back to where's Torelai?
The ghouls go looking for Torelai and get some strange looks from the students.
I declare those girls are wearing shorter skirts and pants. How scandalous.
Oh my stars! You can see their ankles! Don't let Frankenstein know!
Eventually, the group splits up and Frankie and Gulia happen upon Professor Steam's classroom, and we get our first real look at Rebecca's father.
All right, class, settle down. Settle down. I trust you're prepared to deliver your skeleton report.
I am not, sir.
A little preparation would go a long way towards succeeding in my class, Mr. Rotter.
And after exposing Mr. Rotter as the hypocrite he is, we meet another student. Surprisingly, a normie.
No fear. I've got this.
All right then, Sparky, you're next.
Feast your eyes upon Ancestrobot 3.5 and 3.7. Don't ask about 3.6. He turned out to be a few electrons short of a carbon molecule, if you know what I mean. Stop laughing at me. I can get it right. I know it. I'm just missing something. Some part.
What I'm talking about isn't a physical part, lad. Not some tangible ingredient. Creating life requires something more. Something of oneself. A spark.
Is the spark love? Because I have a feeling it's love.
After being embarrassed in class, Sparky heads up to the roof to do some work and Frankie follows him.
You're lucky you get to go to a school like Monster High, where everybody can be like your family.
Family? Those nitwits aren't fit to be in my family, which is why I'm going to create one.
How does Frankie not realize that Sparky is her freaking grandfather?
How did Draculaura not realize Frank von Vamp was Elizabeth in the last movie?
Oh. Never mind.
How can you do that?
Well, because I was created. And my father was too, in a lab. I guess my grandfather somehow figured out that missing spark that Professor Steam was talking about.
You have to tell me how it's done. Who is your grandfather? What is the secret? What am I missing?
Way to do the one thing you weren't supposed to, Frankie.
The ghouls find Torelai and head back down to the workshop to go home. But Sparky follows them. And...
Sparky, I have to go back to where I belong.
Take me with you?
The ghouls jump into the portal, with Sparky close behind. After the portal closes, Professor Steam arrives to see the damage. and a little something Rebecca left behind.
Love your daughter? But I don't have a... Construct a daughter. Now there's a challenge.
But it looks like the damage Sparky did has some unintended side effects. The portal shuts down with Sparky still in it, and as for the ghouls...
Oh, how did this happen? It's like we're fusions.
Rip off!
I beg your pardon?
Monster High just ripped off Steven Universe.
Really? Do elaborate.
This film came out in September of 2014, 7 months after Steven Universe premiered the episode Giant Woman, which featured the concept that two gems could fuse together, creating a fusion.
Okay. Let's see. Here we go. According to the Monster High Wiki, the original Dying Light debuted in June of 2014.
Still plenty of time for them to steal the idea from Steven Universe.
And the original trademark for the name, Freaky Fusion, was filed by Mattel in August of 2013. I'm pretty sure Cartoon Network kept Steven Universe under wraps before it initially premiered. So, let's see. Yeah, the pilot for Steven Universe, which did not feature any fusion, aired on July 27th, 2013. And the series proper aired on November 4th, 2013. 3 months after Mattel filed their initial trademark.
Oh.
So no, Monster High did not rip off Steven Universe. Can we move on now?
Yes?
The ghouls leave Goulia to repair the time teleporter and head to rehearsal for the show. While they rehearse, the hybrids pass by and are intrigued by the message.
Of course, with half the cast fused together, things couldn't possibly go wrong.
And every monster is a whoa, whoa, whoa! Out of me! Now, cut it out! No, you cut it out! Sorry!
They went wrong. The hybrids have a change of heart after seeing the rehearsal, and they send Nathan to approach Frankie.
And with two ghouls trying to operate one body at the same time, they're having a lot of trouble keeping control of their powers. I'm really worried they might get hurt.
You must really care about them.
Yeah, so much. And the thought of them in trouble? I just get so emotional.
Ah, what was that?
I'm not sure.
She gets like this whenever she gets happy or excited or sad or scared. It's like she said, they're tied to her emotions. Why do I get the feeling this is foreshadowing of some sort? Goulia continues to try to get the time portal working, but after it backfires, she leaves the lab to get cleaned up. When she leaves, the portal opens up again, spewing out Sparky, who looks even more like a mad scientist than before.
Blinded by science!
Don't you mean weird science?
Really?
Oh, come on, it's obvious they're quoting the song.
Excited by the technology of the future, Sparky takes Goulia's laptop and phone in an effort to use them to help create life. He also takes an interest in the giant mirror and the time teleporter. Meanwhile, down in the catacombs, the hybrids offer to help the fusions get control of their bodies, and we learn more about what kind of monsters the hybrids are.
Everybody, I'd like you to meet Avia Trotter, Harpy Centaur, Bonita Femur, Skeleton Moth, and Serena Von Boo, Mermaid Ghost.
You girls gotta check out this bug.
Wait a second, hold on. How does that work?
What?
These kind of hybrids. I mean, I can get how you would get a Harpy Centaur or even a Mermaid Ghost. Sort of. But how does a skeleton and a moth mate? Or a zombie and a eunuch? Oh. No.
You thought about it too hard, didn't you?
Oh. Yes. But I still don't see how these kind of hybrids can work.
You're in luck. I recorded a live stream for Monster High that covers this.
How did you even get that?
Long story, don't ask. I have it in the archive. There's a remote in the desk compartment to your left.
Okay, yeah. Got it.
Input code 666 and hit the enter button while pointing it at the camera.
666. Really?
Trust me, it'll make sense.
Okay.
All right, everybody, settle down. I am your instructor, Count Jacula from the planet Dracula, and welcome to Monster Sexual Education 101, where we go into monster sexuality hard, fast, and deep. Today we are going to cover hybrid monsters, but unfortunately, in order to get to that subject, we first got to discuss normie sexuality. God. Now look, I am not saying that word in order to be hip. Quite frankly, I think you millennial monsters, your slang sucks. You know, but it actually says that on the syllabus. Normie. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. And what was so wrong with the slang of my day, you know? Flesh bags? Blood dolls? Dinner? Jesus fucking Franco. I'm telling you, this PC tyranny, it is going way too far. Sexual education from a woman that sounds like she thinks unicorns ejaculate rainbows. Fuck this. Like, God damn it. Screw this. You are getting an education if it kills me. Alright? Now, follow the link I am sending you below. And, yeah, alright, there we go. Alright. You see that? That position is called the reverse cowgirl. And when you do it, you want to make sure that whoever is on bottom has their head elevated by pillows. Otherwise, you know, you don't want to be like leaning up against the headboard, like, you know, like this. You know, you're gonna get neck sprain that way. Trust me, okay? And girls, like, when you're on top, don't forget to put a little swivel on it. You know, you want to be like, you know, alternating between, you know, swiveling around the G-spot and, like, hitting it directly. You know? Yeah, because it does a lot of great things. It feels better, prolongs pleasure, and keeps your guy from ejaculating too quickly. Kind of like this guy's about to do. Oh, ho, ho! Oh. Well, that is a lot to come right there, let me tell you. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Unicorn sprinkles. What? God damn it. Alright, now let's go back and watch that again. Notice that as he comes very powerfully, she lifts about 3 feet off the ground. And when that sort of thing happens, you really want to hit the shower relatively quickly. Don't spend more than a few minutes cuddling. You know, not because I think cuddling is bad, but because if you don't, I'm gonna tell you, ladies, your legs are just going to fucking glue together. And don't forget to take the morning after pill, okay? You know, because I guarantee you that girl's skull is pregnant. Alright, so that's it for flashback reproduction. It's time to get to the true subject of our erotic discourse. How to crush pussy and make a freak baby. Oh, actually says that. Alright. Anyway, monster genes are way more flexible and sexy than regular genes. And I think the best way to teach you this is to demonstrate. Oh, come on, no! No, don't, no, I'm just getting a slide ready. Don't flatter yourselves, girls. I mean, look at you. Not one of you's over a B cup. Not in my day. Back then it was go big or go stuff your bra with tissues, okay? Which is a technique we will cover in another lesson, but not today. Let's get started. This is Gulia. She is a zombie girl. She likes unicorns and writes erotic self-insert fanfic about unicorn sex clubs. She knows that these sex clubs are found in Bangkok because there is a lot of banging and there is plenty of cock involved. Horse cock specifically. The average horse cock is 18 inches long with a circumference of 6 inches. Good thing our girl is already undead, cause that pussy gonna get tore up. You go, Gulia. You get it, Gulia. Then, 9 months later, in defiance of God's will, a rainbow-haired two-faced abomination is born, who, because of inborn prejudices, is destined to become a popular male prostitute and a burden on the state's already overextended welfare system. The end. All right. Any questions?
I need a shower. Showers through here? Yeah? Good. Good. That's good. Sure thing.
But yeah, that's basically where hybrids come from. Moving on, Gulia returns to the lab, noticing the mirror is gone. She tries to get out, but is locked inside when the security timer goes into effect. Sparky, meanwhile, has already set up his lab, creating his newest family.
Each of the hybrids take one of the fusions as their pupil, helping them train to focus on controlling their powers and getting to know the other half. After the fusions quickly get a hold of their powers, Nathan notices that Frankie is still worrying.
I've been thinking about my grandfather a lot lately. Professor Steam said you needed more than just some spare parts to create a life. Something inside. He called it a spark. So what did Victor Frankenstein discover that gave life to me? If I was built in some laboratory, am I even really alive at all?
Hang on a second, is this character development in Frankie? Because we haven't seen that in a long time.
Nathan, I'm so sorry.
You know how you know you're alive? You can feel it. Did you feel that?
Yeah.
And that character development leads the two to have a relationship.
Gulia heads out of the lab at last, telling the ghouls that she's figured out how to separate the fusions, but part of the time teleporter is missing. At the same time, Sparky is able to bring his creation to life. Yet, with a flash of light from Sparky's newly acquired phone, causes the monster to go berserk and it charges off.
It then bursts through the floor of the auditorium right as the play is beginning, causing the audience to scatter. Sparky comes in just as Frankie and the others discover the time teleporter on the monster's chest, as well as learning that the mad scientist followed them from the future.
You followed us through the time portal? Just so you could build that?
You say that like it's a bad thing.
Because it is!
Oh, this is totally going on the Fear Book profile.
Yeah. He doesn't like that.
Oh, no! Put me down!
Missing something empty.
Sparky, after realizing his wrongs, has an idea to use Hexakiah's recharging station to drain the electricity from the monster. Gulia goes to help him as the other ghouls and hybrids go off to bring the creation down to the catacombs where Sparky's lab is.
In their quest to bring the creation down, Laguna, Jennifer, Dracula, and Rebecca get sucked into the teleporter. Once they get the monster down to the catacombs, they hold it down with vines, but it sucks Claudine and Venus inside. They try to use the recharge station, but it's not enough electricity. And it's at this point that Frankie has had enough.
Give me back my friend!
Okay, Frankie already established she's a badass in 13 Wishes. Here, she's cranked that up to 11. Frankie manages to get Cleo, Toralei, Laguna, Jennifer, Claudine, and Venus back, undoing the fusions in the process. But she runs into problems trying to get Dracula and Rebecca back. But that's not going to stop her. No problem. She'll be fine. Just perfectly fine. Absolutely.
My name is Victor Frankenstein. I'm your grandfather.
Sparky's your nickname. So I got to meet my grandfather. After all.
She just passed out. Yeah, that's the way it always works in this thing. She just passed out. She'll wake up in a minute and everything will be... Oh, crap.
Yeah, they just killed off a major character in one of the most memorable sequences in the entire series of films. But then again, let's remember what the Frankenstein family is known for.
No, you don't mean... You're right! That just might work! But we have to get the polarity just right.
Okay, I understand zombie, but I have no idea what any of this means.
It means we're going to save Frankie!
What do you mean? You really think you can bring her back?
Tell us you're not trying to be funny.
The only funny thing happening right now is that mermaid ghost is paying zero attention to this conversation.
Sadly, the initial attempt to reanimate Frankie doesn't work. But the movie helpfully gives us a deus ex machina to move things along.
I don't understand.
Maybe you're still missing something.
Professor Steve!
Dad! Oh, Dad, I missed you.
Nice to meet you, my daughter. You are just perfect.
I don't understand, Professor. I was sure this would work.
Didn't you listen to anything I said before? Creating life takes more than just what's up here.
I know. It takes the spark. But it's all gone. Frankie used it all up.
How can something be gone that's inside of every living thing?
Draculaura! How did you do that? I don't know. I just closed my eyes and thought about Frankie.
So, we all have the spark?
Wait a minute. Are they gonna...
Save Frankie! Save Frankie!
Save Frankie.
Did I miss anything?
They did. They actually pulled the Care Bears We Care crap to bring Frankie back to life. What the hell? I was enjoying this movie and then they had the gall to do that.
Yeah, I have to agree. The only way to make this even cheesier is if they put the One Little Spark song from the Imagination Pavilion at Epcot over this scene.
Oh no. You didn't just make that reference.
Why? I used to work there. What's the problem?
Did I just hear One Little Spark?
No, that's okay. We've got it.
Thank you, no, that's good. Thank you.
You sure? I don't mind. I have the whole thing on here.
No, that's okay, Spaz. Thanks, really. Appreciate the help, though.
No problem. I mean, I can get a different Figment hat if you want. It's kind of bulky.
We've got it from here. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, sorry. My fault. I forgot about him.
After saying goodbye, Hezekiah and Sparky head into the time teleporter to return to their own time. But this does bring one thing up. Maybe Hezekiah's disappearance could be related to the teleporter. Think about it. After building Rebecca, he vanished. Maybe he's stuck somewhere in time where he has no access to get back home.
Not a bad theory. Anyway, the movie ends with the play going off without a hitch. Frankie and Nathan begin dating, and Frankie gives us our epilogue.
So, there you have it. I got an A, Monster High got some voltageous new students, and Ghoulia? Well, Ghoulia got a brand new laboratory.
Which brings us to the end of Freaky Fusion. So, how'd this one stack up? I really wasn't expecting much out of this one going in. I had seen the dolls on the shelves and figured this movie would just be a bunch of lame jokes about the ghouls being fused together. To my surprise, I got a really engaging story about Frankie's family, an amusing take on Dr. Frankenstein, some unexpected backstory for Rebecca, a bunch of fun and engaging characters, and yeah, the movie having the guts to literally kill off the franchise's main character, albeit temporarily. Sure, Frankie's revival is silly and puke-inducingly sweet, but overall, Freaky Fusion is probably my favorite movie out of the series, with 13 Wishes coming in a very close second.
Freaky Fusion, while the Care Bear moment at the end was awful, was actually a pretty good movie. The story is well done, introducing hybrids into the Monster High universe, especially since we've never got a sense of what happens if there was a child between two different monsters. New characters, Hezekiah, Sparky, and the hybrids each had their own personality to bring to the table. I even enjoyed Victor trying to find the spark. He got the biggest character development next to Frankie, who went through even her own identity crisis in this film. The fusions were interesting, but I wish the design showcased the characters we got to see more of, especially when the fusion of Cleo and Torlight comes out to just being another cat girl. Hardly any mummy design whatsoever. The animation is improved once again, though it seems there were a couple of backgrounds in the catacombs they recycled from the last couple of films. Overall, I recommend you give this film a shot when you have the chance.
Okay, review is over. We're still like this. Now what?
I don't know. I really thought it would have been undone by now. I mean, unless... Hang on, I think that's the key. Ah! Thank God.
I was right! Touching the key reset the spell! Oh, it feels good to be back.
Well, that's something at least. Toralei this time. Seems appropriate.
Great! Maybe with 10 keys this time, maybe I can do that spell again and...
No.
What?
No, look, we've been through 10 movies, and so far, everything we've tried to get these damn things off has failed.
But we need to do something before they kill us!
And that's exactly what we're gonna do. Look, we established that we can review the movies whenever the hell we want. So I say, let's just power through the last two movies, get the last damn keys, and put an end to all this.
That could work. But we need all the keys in the same place. How are we even gonna do that?
We'll worry about that later. For now, let's just focus on getting that next key.
Sounds good. You know, I'm actually really excited that we're getting close to the end of all this.
Where the cool kids rule. Monster, monster high, monster high, monster, monster high. Come on, don't be shy, monster high. A party never dies. Monster high, monster high, monster, monster high. Freaky, chic and fly, monster high. Where student bodies lie.
Freaky's got me falling apart. Dracula stealing my heart. Claudine Wolfie make me howl at the moon. And the uniforms fish in this lagoon. Clear denial, you so beguiled. Even though you act so vile. And Deuce has stone cold style. These are my boobs, my skeleton crew. A little strange, but so are you. Don't you wanna be a monster too?
Oh, Freaky just got fabulous.